Welcome to Born Without. Sorry about that. Brief little glip. Welcome to Born Without Boundaries Tarot, guys. How you doing? My name is Michelle, and this is your daily tarot card reading. Thanks so much for joining, guys. Oh yeah, really grateful for you to join. If you're looking, so this is a reading for everybody. It's a general energies reading. Reason being, these are readings for the people who need them. And I feel like you will always be called to the readings. Hey Marbabe, if you need them, you will be called to it. If you need to hear the message, the universe will conspire to somehow lead you here because the message is something that will resonate with you or will help you in some way. That's a general reading for everybody. If you're looking for zodiac sign specific readings, I do those weekly. And those are on my premier channel, Born Without Boundaries Tarot. I have a second channel, Astrology Motivation, where I post these actually daily tarot card readings after the fact. I also post the weekly astrology forecast there, and I also post weekly astrology motivation videos. So there's lots of content across the Born Without Boundaries spectrum, and I hope and encourage you to check it all out. Subscribe to the channel, support the channels, and of course the Vimeo videos, the extendeds are extremely important. They are why the channel exists. I can just say that to you right now. So Scorpio, Sagittarius, and Libra, you're up and you're live, and Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, you went live this morning. So I hope you guys are able to go and find your sign. Sun, moon, rising sign. Always check out your sun, moon, rising sign. If you want a really well-rounded understanding of the energies that you're going to be dealing with, check them all out. Today is Wednesday, the 30th. So it's I can't believe I'm saying it. It's the last day of June. It's the last day of June. And when I think back to where I was last year, I was saying goodbye. I was saying goodbye to Norwalk, Connecticut. I was saying goodbye to friends. I was scurrying to sell the last bits of shit that I had. I think my son had already come up. No, he wasn't even up yet. He came up a little closer to the date that we left. I believe we left on July 9th of last year. We might have left on July 10th. And then we traveled for 5 weeks until August 15th. We traveled cross country, and it was the time of my life. I loved it so much, and I don't think I ever want to look back or go back on that kind of freedom ever again. It was just extraordinary. And so I've come full circle, and it's just wonderful, like where I'm at in my life right now, moving forward step by step. But yeah, last year at this time, I was closing up shop in Norwalk and getting ready, saying goodbye to friends and stuff. So wow. I'm just kind of humbled by it, to be honest with you. The moon today is in Pisces. No. Oh yeah. It's going to enter Aries at 9:21 p.m. This evening over here. So that's like 6:30 over in LA time. The West Coast. The color of the day is yellow, and today is a day of planting. So it's a day of just planting seeds and taking down information and getting stuff started. And I gotta say, nothing is ever simple, but that does not mean it isn't worth doing. And it's rarely, anything good is rarely easy, but also that doesn't mean it's not worth doing. What we put our energy into is what we get back from the universe. So, yeah, and it's interesting how I've started to listen to a lot of law of attraction. And I've started to realize how my mindset really does impact my reality, and it really does impact my abundance flow. Because I have accepted certain things as true. And until I really am able to get myself into the mental state of a different truth, it will always be an obstacle. But at least now a couple of my obstacles are absolutely clear. And that means I can do something about them. So that's what I'm going to be working on today. What are you guys going to be working on today? What's going on? Thank you. Hey, hi everybody. I just want to say hello and thank you so much for joining. we're gonna be getting right into the tarot card reading. Let's go. Let's go. Like I said, this is general energies. If you want zodiac sign specific energies, you go to Born Without Boundaries Tarot, Born Without Boundaries Vimeo. Yeah, I don't know what's been going on. Or whatever. It is what it is. I hope you guys enjoy the videos. Here we go. Okay, so first we have the devil. No, first we have the 10 of swords, then we have the devil, then we have judgment. So I feel like we understand now what about, it's almost like what's become clear about what's been holding us back is something like that's what it's become clear. Understand, it doesn't mean that the obstacle's been removed. It's that we understand the obstacle now. We see it very clearly for what it is. Okay. Okay. Lots of combustible energy. I'm not surprised. So I'm working now on the new weekly astrology forecast. It's coming up. It'll be out this Saturday. I'm trying to find a good day to upload it because I feel like it doesn't really get its just due, especially being released on Saturday. I feel like nobody watches it. So I have to feel that out and see when it will get the most views. But I'm working on that. Yeah. Wow, that's really wonderful. The card said exactly what I said. So let's go step by step. There's a finish, there's an ending around the eclipse. And we just went through the first half of eclipse. Well, we went through eclipse season. There's more eclipses coming up later on this year. But eclipse happened and there was definite endings. A finish. But this card reminds us that, yeah, it's ended, but now we see the ending. Now we're aware of the ending. It can't get any worse. There's only one way to move. Total finish. There's like an acceptance that the worst has happened. The end has already come. We're still here, so what do we do with this? It's like a new beginning, but check this out. Why did things end? It's almost like we're getting a glimpse, a clear understanding of what we're doing that held us back. The decisions that we've made that actually helped bring us to a dead end. The decisions that we've made that helped bring us to a dead end. And then all of a sudden, a judgment, a clear judgment has been made. Clear judgment has come through. Clear judgment has come down. And then there is a complete and total lack of interest. A complete and total, like almost just being done, being finished, being completely over with. And this could be somebody leaping to conclusions, somebody not watching their mouth, talking too quickly, talking too soon. The central energy is us finding our own sense of stability, happiness, abundance, wealth, all this 3D earthly earned abundance and wealth, but earned. What do we mean by earned? Right? Is the only way that we can tap into abundance hard work, self-persecution? Is it? I don't know. That's kind of what I'm trying to overcome right now, because the true belief in the law of attraction is that's not the case. Abundance can just flow to you. It's those blocks that says, no, I have to do it this way. That is what is holding you back. This is definitely almost like, are you going to take these opportunities or you're not going to take these opportunities? The 8 of Pentacles is things are moving. Things are starting to speed up. You got to jump on board. You got to be ready. And then we have the 9 of Pentacles, which is full moon, a sort of like an abundance, a burst, a bubble bursting, a fundamental what's been stored up for you, what's been saved up for you, kind of coming to you. And then we have the 8 of Pentacles, work. Just busting your ass and working really hard, finding somebody who is really giving and will help to support you. But the way they're helping to support you is how? They're helping you see how you fucked up. They're helping you see how they're helping you see how you've done things incorrectly and how you've held yourself back in some ways. Or really just, maybe where you were ignorant and you didn't realize, or you didn't know, or you didn't see and you weren't aware. And now you can be aware, right? That's kind of like what it's saying. There is impetuousness here. There is really not having any interest in, I don't know, doing any no, let me stop. Hold on. Let me really focus. How did we fuck up? Maybe we were not interested, being totally done, being totally over with. Oh, that's interesting. It's almost like you cut communications with somebody too soon. That's really interesting. That's the message that I just got. Pentacles are strong here. Certain blocks. Let me ask Spirit something. Are these blocks within our control? Are these blocks within our control? No. That's the answer. That's what came out. Don't think you can do this all by yourself. Don't think that you're the one that has to take all the action all alone, all by yourself. That's not the case. And that may be what your mistake is. This concept of, even though it's well intended, it's this sense of, I have to figure it out all by myself. I'm all alone here. I got to get myself out there. This is a sense of watch out for that, because you could be leading yourself to self-destruction. This is almost like it's arrogance that doesn't know it's arrogance. It thinks it's altruism. It's like, well, I got to do it all by myself. I got to do this all alone. I got to figure this out all by myself. Wow. And you didn't do it all by yourself, did you? You didn't do it all by yourself. This is a reminder that your victory, your success, all your public recognition, other people helped you, but you're not recognizing them. You're not acknowledging them. This is a major energy shift here. Maybe somebody hasn't acknowledged where they came from, or not where they came from. Somebody hasn't acknowledged all the people that helped them. Their recognition is out there. The public recognition is there. There's like, yeah, yay. But at the same time, there's something going on behind the scenes. You didn't get there by yourself. This is also kind of reiterating the fact that somehow you thought you did it all on your own, or you thought you had to do it all on your own. You think the only true victory is getting there by doing it by yourself, but that's not true. A true victory is really just connection with other people. And so this is the realization. This is stepping out of the old way of doing things and stepping into the new way of doing things. There's a chapter in your life that's closed up. And that chapter in your life is the limitations you put on yourself because you've disconnected yourself. You've basically made a decision that you're going it all alone. And that's why you've been limited, because you haven't been reaching out and connecting with enough people. Or you haven't been acknowledging enough people. You haven't been helping other people, right? Maybe not helping, but like really, not even just paying it forward. There hasn't been enough of an exchange in your energy flow. That's why your energy is being depleted. That's why your energy is running out. There wasn't enough of an exchange. I see. Why did something dry up? You're looking at this Seven of Pentacles. Why did I not see anything come to? Why did it not fruit? Why did it not grow fruit? Why did it fail? Because there wasn't flow. There wasn't connection. There wasn't an acknowledgement of other people. There wasn't helping others as they help you. There wasn't a common connection. There was a disassociation. I'm going to do it all by myself, but you're not going to do it all by yourself. You can't. You can't do it all by yourself. Don't do it or don't try to do it in isolation. Because the secret to success is your network and celebrating other people, and they're celebrating you. And then, you know, you bring people to them, they bring people to you. Don't forget that you don't have to do this alone. That's what's the limiting factor here, is this, you're dead set on just doing it alone. But then you're limited to what you know, what you think, what you've experienced. But that's limited. The only way to tap into more intellect, more knowledge, more experience is to tap into other people. Where's the connectivity? That's the problem. And this is stepping into the new world. We've done this too much in isolation. We had no interest. Maybe we cut communications too quickly. We cut somebody off too quickly. We decided not to acknowledge something too quickly. You know, and maybe it's the secret is just like let things be. You know, I got a really, really powerful lesson recently. I don't like to open up all the DMs that I get because some of them freak me out. Some of them really are inappropriate. But that's why if you're going to email me a voice recording, or you're going to DM me a voice recording or a video recording, I would prefer that you don't do that until you've sent me an actual text chat, because I don't immediately trust them. But I got sent a video recently from somebody I didn't know, right? I get a lot of connections from people I don't know. And I was like, I don't want to watch this video. Like, I don't know what this person has sent me. I don't know if this person is real. There's a lot of like security issues that go off in my head. But I couldn't delete it. I can't figure out how to delete shit from my inbox. So I ended up playing it with major hesitation. And it was just the most lovely, cute, adorable freaking message. It was just the sweetest fucking thing. And I was so glad that I watched it. Simultaneously, I know that that's not always going to be the case, you know. So it's like there is a motivation to keeping yourself open and to keeping yourself optimistic about other people, about their intentions for you. You don't always have to defend yourself or protect yourself, and to defend yourself and protect yourself is extremely important. But it becomes very, on the other side of it, it can be very isolating when you do it too often. So what are the risks you're going to take? What are the risks you're not going to take? Right now in this energy, it's actually more worth it to take the risks on the optimistic side of things. Like, this isn't going to be bad. I can trust this situation. We're leaning in that direction now. That is not an open invitation for everybody to just send me videos, especially ones that aren't tagged with, hey, cute little video of me and my friend saying hi or something. You know, like, that would be most appropriate. But ultimately, the energy right now is erring on the side of trust people. Be giving. Open yourself up to others. Because it's in the ways that you've closed yourself down to others that have actually caused your failure. Some sort of failure is here, and now that you know it, there's a sense of opening yourself wide open and going at things more optimistically again. Let's continue to read the cards. Really interesting energy, because this is all about abundance. We have this right in the center of our energy again. Right in the center. Right on the center of this energy. Yeah, La Musa, I was trying hold on it and delete it. I didn't even see that option. And I ended up being very glad that that wasn't the case, because it ended up playing and it was actually a really sweet, adorable message. And I was really grateful for it. It kind of made me happy. So it wasn't anything nefarious, but you never fucking know, right? Like, I mean, I would just have to say that anybody that sends me any message, this is my professional site. First of all, this isn't my personal site. This isn't personal anything. This is my business. My business is very personal to me. What I do matters a lot to me. It's it's not everything to me, but it's extremely important. It's an important part of my life, but it's also an important part of myself because it's part of self-expression for me. This is definitely considered a creative field. So, that's very important to me, but it's still my profession. So I don't always get to read the DMs that I'm sent. I certainly don't always get to read the comments that I'm sent because there's a lot of them. But when I do, I appreciate text that I can read. It's a little too personal to just send a voice recording or a video right away when I don't even know you, because immediately I'm going to flag that as, I don't want a dick pic to pop up. You know what I'm saying? I don't want some nastiness to pop up. If I don't know you, why would I engage in anything that visceral with you, right? But if I do know you, it's a little bit different. It's absolutely different. But at least it would help to send sort of a byline in text to say, this is just a video of me saying hi and thanks or something like that, for future reference, because I'm trying to figure out what to do about these things. And I got to tell you, it's a work in process. It's a work in process. I think maybe it'll always be a work in process because most people are very well intended. But the people who are not well intended are so horrible that it makes you block yourself off from the 95% of the people that are really well intended. And it's hard. And I think that going into this energy that we're in right now the difficulty is remaining optimistic, but the challenge is remaining optimistic, and we need to remain optimistic because most people really are just trying to be good and just trying to connect and be happy, right? Really, I think if you took somehow data, I would say 95% of the time people are just being really regular and people. I won't say normal, but their purpose is to connect, not to scare, not to intimidate, not even to aggress upon. Sometimes people go a little bit too far and become aggressive and move too far. I've gotten recent emails from somebody that just insists that we're meant to be together, and I have to delete them because honestly they scare the crap out of me, and it's just like a little cray. I had to delete and block that shit. And I get a lot of solicitation on here that's very inappropriate. I'm an astrologer. That's what I do. This isn't a fans only site. I'm not an Instagram model. I talk about spiritual work. I don't talk about anything else. Anybody who has feelings for me of a different sort needs to own that it's their feelings, not my feelings. And so I will delete that. But when I'm sent a video, so I'm already red flag. Why can't they just talk to me? I just want to ask you to remember that even though it feels like we know each other really well, I don't know you at all. And you know a lot more about me than I know about you because you maybe follow my work all the time. So you have a little bit of the upper ground when it comes to understanding who I am because I share myself online, but I don't necessarily know you. So sending me a DM is a very direct thing to begin with. So make sure that it is introductory. Make sure that it is explanatory. Don't just assume that I know exactly who you are. Even if you're on the chats every day. I mean, I pretty much know everybody on the chats every day, but people come and go, so it's like, why am I saying all this? Because what's the collective message? I don't want to cut myself off from other people. I don't want to go walk into my DMs or online thinking I have to be scared of people. I have to protect myself because that's shutting me down and my opportunities down. I want to connect just as much as anybody else. But there's definitely a certain way to do it and standards that I have to keep. But the question is, are the standards that I've set for myself helping me or isolating me? Because I don't want them to isolate me. I know that life is about taking risks and about opening yourself up for shit that doesn't always go well. And so I'm trying to find that perfect balance. And this energy is definitely reminding me of that. This energy specifically is, well, I just got another card out here. So the end of a tough cycle approaches, full moon in Capricorn. We just had a new moon in Capricorn. This full moon in Capricorn would have come, hold on. No. We just had a full moon in Capricorn. Hold on. Yeah, we just had a full moon. No. Yeah, we just had a full moon in Capricorn. Yeah, we just had a, okay. I'm sorry. Just give me a second. I'm a little twisted. Yeah, we just had a full moon in Capricorn. We just had a full moon in Capricorn, but this is saying, this is in the past now, but the end of a tough cycle approaches. No, the end of a tough cycle is not over. There's still a tough cycle going on. Something is still kind of rough. Like, what is this? What is the roughness? Hold on. Can you give me a little more insight into what this Capricornian energy is? Something to do with love, something to do with an offer of love, something to do with feelings, how you felt. That's the Ace of Cups. Something did not come to fruition. The tower that fell, the surprise, the shock. Something about it didn't come to fruition. Why? It's trying to teach us something. What is it trying to teach us? God? What is it trying to teach us? How to deal with conflict? How to deal with competition? How to deal with, things not going so smoothly? How to deal with contradictory opinions? Also, how to deal with petty shit. This could also mean that the realization that there was that it stopped because of some sort of conflict, some sort of, it stopped because of conflict. That whatever this was around the Capricorn full moon that ended or did not resolve, that didn't come to fruition, happened because of there was competition. Maybe somebody thought they were competing with other people, or there was people that you were competing with that you didn't know you were competing with. Somebody selected somebody over you. But this Five of Wands is really easy to overcome just by directly addressing it. Just by like saying and speaking and just like asking the question. But it has something to do with competition. And that was the Tower all of a sudden. So this is competition. What kind of competition? And I feel like we kind of retreated back into ourselves and was like, I'm just gonna it's that expression of I'm gonna forgive somebody that never said sorry. But did you even ask them for an apology? Or did you just like shut yourself down and close yourself away and this is like you needed to discuss something. You needed to confront something. You needed to talk about something. But it didn't. It just got kind of shut down, and that's why there was ambiguity about it. So confrontation was actually really important here, but I don't think it happened. Then we have the Ace of Swords. This could be something painful. Something painful could have happened. The loss of something. This is usually death, to be honest with you, but it could be death of something, the finish of something, an attack. There maybe somebody felt attacked, maybe somebody felt hurt, somebody had their feelings hurt, but they weren't necessarily able to confront it or talk about it. Maybe they're just able to talk about it now. Sometimes when we get our feelings hurt, we kind of do retreat. Sometimes we get our feelings hurt and retreat. Sometimes we get our feelings hurt. Sorry, my nail broke and I'm a little pissed about it. Sometimes we get our feelings hurt because we're all up in our head about something. And it's actually not somebody trying to attack us or hurt us. It's just that we're all up in our head about something. Okay, so clarify. Maybe that's the point. The cards aren't supposed to clarify for us. We're supposed to have the courage to go get the clarification like a fucking adult by calling somebody and talking to them instead of just assuming and instead of asking tarot. Lots of times as a tarot reader, and remember, I do this as a profession. Like, I even make money from people coming to me and asking me what's been going on behind the scenes, right? But that's really not supposed to be how tarot is used if you have the means to go and act like a fucking adult and address it yourself. It's like you don't need a tarot card reader or an astrologer if you could pick up the goddamn phone and just ask, what's your problem? What's going on? Talk to me about this situation. What's happening? It's like sometimes we just got to be goddamn adults about shit. Right? You can't just always just address tarot and say, I want to know what's going on. You want to know what's going on? You have their phone number. Call them, text them, ask, what's going on? What's happening here? But see, you don't want to take the risk, do you? And that's what the universe is trying to teach us now. How isolating and self-destructive that mentality is. I don't want to actually dare. And we come up with a lot of good excuses, don't we? We come up with a lot of good excuses in our own fucking heads for not confronting things. We come up with a lot of, I don't want to bother them, or their actions tell me everything I need to know. But then why are you still thinking about it? Because there's a need to confront. Guys, you know I watch the Golden Girls religiously, and I love them so much. And they're not the deepest show. They're really they're one of the best shows, I think. They're one of the best examples of sitcoms ever. But anyway, I digress. There's one episode where Rose, the character Rose, has gotten molested by her dentist. He kind of like copped a feel while she was under the laughing gas. So she wasn't really sure what happened, but it was making her feel really uncomfortable. And Blanche read her an excerpt from a book of psychology that she was reading. And she was like, it really doesn't matter whether it happened or not. What matters is you were bothered by it. And if something bothers you, you have to stick up for yourself. Because if you don't stick up for yourself, you're actually abusing yourself. To not stick up for yourself is part of this process. And so even though you may know the answer, and even though you may know that the person, you're right, silence is an answer. But sometimes that's just not fucking good enough. Sometimes you need to make them look you in the eye and call them out on their shit. And that's not about being petty. That's about sticking up for yourself. That's about defending yourself, defending who you are and your value. And hey, buddy, I'm sorry if you're a little bit uncomfortable by my confrontation, but I'm more valuable than you ghosting me, dropping me, ignoring me, not responding to my application. Oh, no, 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 no. And it's interesting how like Capricorn is here in reverse, because a Capricorn would never actually take that shit, would they? No. I know my best friend is a Capricorn. If she's not getting an answer from somebody, she sends an email or she makes a phone call, because she's really good at asserting her value. And if you're going to tell me I'm fired, or you're going to tell me I didn't think your work was good enough, well, you're going to have to tell me. You're not going to do it just by brushing me off, because that's the coward's way. That's the bullshit way. So this energy is kind of like, maybe we have caused ourselves a lot of stress because we have not confronted something that we really should confront. And you know what? If you already know the answer, you already know, well, clearly they chose somebody else for the position, or clearly they're dating somebody else. Well, then you're safe. There's no room for disappointment. You already know you're not important to them. So why would you then do it? To stick up for yourself. To be important to you. Just because you're not important to them doesn't mean you should agree with them and also not be important to yourself. And I know we've been taught, turn the other cheek, turn the other cheek, turn the other cheek. Silence is the answer. I'm not telling you to go in and spray paint somebody's car or slash somebody's fucking tires. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying stick up for yourself. I'm saying look that motherfucker in the eye. I'm saying make them send you a rejection letter, because aren't you worth at least that? Aren't you worth at least an explanation of why they've been deciding against you? And once you have their decision, to go back and say, well, I'm sorry, but this was an unfair decision. You got this wrong, this wrong, this wrong, and this wrong. Itemize that shit for them. In other words, you have a responsibility to yourself to not let somebody get you wrong. And that's what sticking up for yourself is all about. And that's what we kind of have to start getting good at now. Because we've been so encouraged to like, just turn the other cheek, just turn the other cheek. Oh, with romantic relationships, he doesn't call you back, he doesn't text you back. Oh, just like ignore him, let it go. Why? I'm not saying show up to his house. You only dated for a week, right? I'm not saying show up to his house and spray paint his windows, right? Throw a freaking muzzle like a bomb in his window. No, I'm saying call him. And if he doesn't pick up, because he probably won't, be like, hey, so you haven't called me in a long time, and let me tell you how this affected me and impacted me. I clearly understand what's going on here, but I think you owe me an explanation, right? And if they don't call back at that point, guess what? It doesn't matter. You've stuck up for yourself. You haven't agreed with them that you're not worth a call or a text. You've let them know I'm worth a call or a text. And if you're not giving it to me, it's because you're an asshole, not because I don't know my value. See, there's a difference. There's a difference between going cray and going off the deep end and doing something that's completely inappropriate and sticking up for yourself and asserting that, you know what, I deserved better. I always deserve more. I'm like, you can't change somebody. If somebody doesn't have feelings for you, they don't have feelings for you. That's not them doing something wrong to you. Feelings are feelings. We can't control that. But there is a level of respect that you must insist upon that other people treat you with. And if you feel like you deserve an explanation for any reason, not just the personal shit, but including the personal shit. Because especially with the personal shit, because it's very subjective, you know? Like with a boss, because it's professional, we kind of feel like we have more of a right to say, thank you so much, I understand you've rejected me, can you give me some reasons why? Like, because it's professional, we kind of feel a little more empowered to do that. But especially when it comes to like personal, we don't feel empowered to do it. We don't feel like we have a right to say, well, why didn't you call me and tell me that yourself? Or I respect that you have feelings for somebody else, but just to let you know, you really should have respected me enough to come and say, I've selected somebody else instead of just ghosting me. Because then at least you have stood up for yourself. And it isn't meaningless. It isn't meaningless. I think sometimes we think things are pointless because, well, let's continue to take the like romantic relationship example. Well, is calling them or texting them and sticking up for myself gonna make them love me? No. Okay, so then why do it? It's pointless because you love you, and that's not pointless. Because that's what sticking up for yourself is about. It's loving you. It's being on your own side. And I'm not trying to say like cuss them out or, you know, go crazy. I'm just trying to say confront them. Instead of calling up your local tarot card reader, being like, so what was the real reason why they I never heard from them again? Like what was going on? And you know, and tarot card readers can get you those answers, but you've still negated what was most important, which was going to get those answers yourself. Because that means that you love yourself, you're loving yourself, you're sticking up for yourself. Let's put it this way. If a friend of yours was treated the way that somebody treated you, what would you do for them? See, I know that if my son is treated like crap, I will get on a phone, I won't even hesitate. It don't even take me a fucking second. Give me the number. I'll just call him. I'm gonna call him. I'm not gonna yell at them, but I'm gonna ask them to explain themselves because my son has value to me. And it's so easy for me to insist that people treat him valuable. It's so easy. But when it comes to ourselves, it gets really difficult, doesn't it? It gets really difficult to say, oh, well, I just won't make a phone call because, you know, whatever. Because you're scared to stick up for yourself. Because you're not loving yourself, and that's something that we need to really understand. If you would do it for a friend, why wouldn't you do it for you? That's what you kind of have to, that's the gauging point where you can say, you could see clearly, is it a good decision? Is it a bad decision? If you could say, oh, I would do this in a heartbeat. If I saw that motherfucker who just broke my girl's heart, across the goddamn room, I would walk right up to that motherfucker and ask him, you know what? You need to go say sorry, or you need to give her an explanation because what you did, not okay. If you could honestly say in yourself, it would be that easy for you to do that for your friend, why wouldn't you do it for you? Why wouldn't you do it for you? It's so cathartic to stick up for yourself. It's also cathartic in some ways to let somebody else stick up for you. Sometimes that's what we're talking about here is like, you don't have to do this all alone. You don't have to suffer in silence. Maybe your friend is more than happy to text the motherfucker and be like, yo, you don't know me, but let me tell you something. You know what I'm saying? It's like because there's not that emotional hurt in connection to, there's sort of like an emotional objectivity when it's a friend of yours, right? All you can do is like, you know, you're on somebody's side. But when it comes to yourself, you're like, especially with romantic situations, I don't want to make them mad. I don't want to make them mad because you still have those ooey gooey feelings for them when they never had those ooey gooey feelings for you, and they never really were worth those ooey gooey feelings you had for them, right? So it's just a sense of, if you would do it for somebody else, then you should also be willing to do it for yourself. It's just that simple. What's up, Amber? I'm sorry, I just woke Kisses up. I love you. Yeah. She was all kinds of resting, and then I screamed. I freaked her out. So yeah, that's just something that we need to rethink about. We need to rethink, because we're not in this alone. But if you would do something for your friend, you should be willing to be able to do it for yourself as well. And if you're not willing to treat yourself as you would treat your best friend, now you know there's a problem. Now you see the obstacle. It doesn't mean that the obstacle's gone, but now you realize that the obstacle is there. Because sometimes we don't even realize the obstacle is there. But there is an unfinished business that's happened around the Capricorn full moon. There is definitely unfinished business. And, you know, that's just what it is. That's just what it is. That's just what it is. There's some unfinished business. Spontaneous and intuitive creativity. In some ways, I feel like this is getting blocked because there's a block. There's energy that is plugged up because you're trying to hold it back, and you need to let it go. You need to unblock it. Jade Mountain is, there's an abundance of creative energy and newness that wants to come through for you. There's an abundance of something new that wants to come through for you. And, you know, especially with romantic relationships, oh, there's always another one. So we will find somebody who treats you better, who will love you better. No, you won't. Until you learn to love yourself better. Until you learn to treat yourself better. Until you learn self-respect and how to stick up for yourself, you're never going to make better choices in the people you invite into your heart. So on so many levels, this is a requirement to actually letting go. This is a requirement to actually ending things, is sticking up for yourself. I'm telling you. Because if you keep meeting the same kind of person over and over again that continues to use you or treat you the way that they treat you, it's because you haven't learned this lesson. Foundation and achievements. Look at how beautiful. This is also implying that making that breakthrough might actually lead to something very beautiful. Look at foundation and achievements. To start laying down like happiness. This is almost like the 10 of Cups. It reminds me of the 10 of Cups. That like happy family. Like if you want to really build and establish something beyond what you have now, you've got to start behaving in a different way. So what would you normally do? Don't do that. Do something different. Because if you keep doing the same thing, you're never going to get another outcome. Right? So this is about, you're starting to plant the seeds right now. These cards are about starting to plant the seeds for future abundance by seeing what steps you have to take right now. And that may mean going out of your comfort zone and taking action that you're not, usually you don't take, that's okay. That's okay. Leadership, it's falling in reverse. So this is almost like you slack to the back of the line. In some ways, your goals got off track. I don't think you got distracted. I think you backed away from your goals. Good fortune, invite the magic in. Provider of healing for mind, body, and spirit, Archangel Raphael. What does that mean? Good fortune, invite magic in. Oh, it's almost like don't set your goals. It's almost like don't forget about your goals. Invite a magic in by just allowing the things around you to happen in succession. Don't like. It's almost like. It's almost like. I'm not afraid to speak. I don't have the clear words to match what I'm thinking. Good fortune, invite magic in, provider of healing for mind, body, and spirit. You know, in some ways, maybe falling to the back is better. Like falling to the back, letting somebody else take the lead for a second. It's almost in some ways what we need, because this card popped out to clarify, and I never read it to you guys. I was forgetting about it, but this card popped out. The Hermit in reverse is when you decide either somebody's not telling you something, somebody's hiding something from you, they're being shady, or it's you taking some space, allowing yourself to just step back a second to assess the situation. Now, how does that fit in with being confrontational? Maybe you needed to assess the situation before you were ready to confront things. Maybe you needed some time. And there's a certain amount of time that has passed, and now it's almost like you feel your energy has come back. Your vitality has come back, and you could move forward now. Maybe. Let's see. Let's continue on. That's really interesting energy, because it's almost like I'm getting these contrasts of like, do it and then chill out. Do it and then chill out. And I'm getting, what the fuck do you want me to do, Spirit? It doesn't make any sense. I feel peaceful. So this is definitely about chilling out. It's about letting it be. It's about letting the universe, just falling back, yes, and letting the universe bring the abundance to you. Believing that you don't have to prove yourself at all. You are just valuable. And yes, you are worth whatever you ask for. And then you have this, I feel grateful, focusing on gratitude for what you have currently. Realizing that your life is absolutely exceptional and perfect for what you've built so far. And if what's around you is not what you want, then you have the power, because you manifest in what's around you, so you can manifest something else. And then, but gratitude is the river on which abundance flows. So get in the mindset of gratitude and just being grateful right now. I am chosen. Yes, you are. This is being singled out. Being drawn to the front, being noticed. Being noticed. And I am treasured. Once again, being treasured, you're chosen, you're selected, you're treasured, you are valued, feeling grateful for all the people who do value you, focusing on the people who do value you, and that's it. Focusing on the people who do value you. I will forgive. You will forgive, because it means you're going to let go of all the old crap. Right? And I am cherished. There is love. There is connection. This new moon is coming up. I'm telling you, that Cancer new moon, you're welcoming in, you're inviting in, you're saying, this is what I deserve. I'm setting this up. all your actions all the time have to be, this is what I deserve. Not this is what I will allow. Yes, allow abundance. But, you know, I'm not going to allow treatment of me that is beneath me. No, that's not what the universe means. Thinker is here. Somebody is thinking. Somebody is contemplating. Ooh, look at how beautiful these cards are. Somebody is thinking. Somebody is contemplating. This is coming up in the past. So glad we can all connect on the corners of the globe. I know. It's so cool. I love where all you guys are from. What's up, Agape? And then we have chaos and conflict is here. Isn't that funny? Chaos and conflict, like everything's getting really crazy. And then you have a new life that you're just waking up to from this conflict. But it's a new life where you co-create. It's a new life where you build with somebody, not without somebody. And realizing your blessings. Focus on, yeah, I think you are being blessed. I really think I honestly have to say, I think you're being blessed with a partnership. You're being blessed with a partnership, and it may not be an expected one. It may not even be one that you asked for. It's implied that it's romantic, but I don't think that it has to be. I think partnerships can be like, you know, your business partner that you build an empire with or something, you know, but I think from the beginning of the reading, it has been clear it's in connecting with people that you're going to succeed. It's not in shutting yourself down and thinking, I can answer these questions myself. I can do it all by myself. You can't. Stop isolating yourself. You have to reconnect. Whether that connection is to tell somebody off. Ceremonies and celebrations. It's a time. Hold on. Emerald, ceremonies and celebrations. It's a time of important life passages such as weddings, birthdays, graduations, and anniversaries. There's a lot of celebration. That tells me 4th of July. 4th of July is coming up. Something might be coming around then. My birthday is coming up. My birthday is July 6th, just so y'all know. Yeah, it's coming up. It's coming up. So there's a lot of reasons to get together. Spiritual path. Your true beliefs are becoming clearer to you, which prompts you to make necessary life changes. If you're starting to feel better about yourself, then you're not going to allow yourself to be treated the same way as you used to, right? Or just as you grow and you get more self-esteem, you're not going to allow the same bullshit to go down, right? And then we have Aqua Aura. Healthy communication in relationships, but it's in reverse. So there was definitely a breakdown in communications in a relationship situation here. Heart-to-heart discussions and clear, assertive communications help you understand and be understood. This was miscommunications. Miscommunications came through. Somebody was not understood. The two of you mismatched. Just the messages got crossed. This is definitely, I'm not going to say it's a sign. I'm going to say it's a direct message that Spirit said something got crossed. Something got mixed matched. Something wasn't communicated correctly. Something more needed to be discussed. Get it done. Get it done. That's all I'm saying. Get it done. Let's get into the angel messages. I have a premium reading that I'm going to be doing today, so I'm kind of like down and out for the rest of the day. Aries, Taurus, and Gemini. Your readings are going to come up tomorrow. I don't know what's been going on, but Gemini and Libra, I mean, I was getting like almost 10,000 views on each of your videos, and now it's like I'm getting 2,000 if I'm lucky. I don't know if it's just the subject matter, if you guys feel like I haven't been connecting with you lately, but I don't know what's going on. I mean, the views are just so far down that it's very scary, to be honest with you. But I'll get through it. I've gotten through other shit before. Creative potential. You are by nature infinitely creative. Life is a sea of creative potential just waiting to be expressed through you. You are free to express all your heart's desires. Creative potential, baby. That's more of that creative energy. Something wants to burst through, and I think it's blocked up. Vision. A positive outcome requires a positive vision. Visualize everyone involved in your present situation surrounded by light and love. Make sure to include yourself also. Your love has the power to influence and transform the current events. Okay, and love is connection. So that's reaching out. It's your love has the power to make something different. So it's action that you have to take. Do it now. Don't put it off any longer. Have courage. Listen to your intuition, for it is the guiding voice of your soul. Okay. Healing. I, the angel of healing, am with you right now. Feel my presence and my unwavering love for you. I have loved you before the dawn of time, and I will love you for all eternity. So sad to hear views down. That's really, I don't understand what's going on, but I love you too, Amber. Or whatever. I don't know if that was even a message meant for me. Sometimes I just like drop into your conversations. I apologize. Healing. Yeah, sometimes you just got to let shit be, because the more you focus on it, the more it becomes a reality. And I feel like I just have to let this be. I have to let views be views. I'm going to upload. When I upload, I'm going to do all I can do. And it's just going to have to bring itself around. Like, prayer, no matter how difficult the situation may seem, all is possible. Ask. We are listening. Hey, Zamil. Thank you so much, sweetheart. I know, and listen, I have a lot of support. I'm just saying, you know what? Maybe that's my lesson. I gotta stop focusing on what's not happening, and I gotta focus on what is happening, right? Because that's going to invite in more of what I want. If I focus on what I don't want, and I keep fighting these fights of what I don't want, then I have to then I'm gonna engage more of that. So it's interesting, because with the law of attraction, it's like, why am I focusing on what I don't want? Stop focusing on what I don't want. I can't think about what I don't want, or else I'm gonna get more of what I don't want. So I'm gonna have to refocus and recalibrate. That's what I'm gonna do. Thank you, man. Thank you so much. Okay. I'm sending you out a ton of love. I have to get into this personal reading. It's essential. And I just want to say thank you guys for all your support. I have to remember that today is Wednesday. Yeah, I do. I fall behind on shit like that. And I will definitely be here on Thursday and Friday. We're leading into, I can't believe, just like 4th of July. And next week is actually a really beautiful week. Really beautiful energy. Really beautiful energy for healing, and not just healing though. I think self-actualization and self-realization, like self-empowerment. It can be a very empowered week. So as we move into the first full week in July, we're taking a pretty damn strong stance about it. Anyway, because that's what it is. There's a lot of important squares going on in the sky right now. And squares are not bad, but they are challenges. They're like an obstacle course. So they're gonna put pressure on you to make you into a diamond. That's what a square does. It just applies the pressure so that it's discomfort. Because when things are too comfortable, we don't move. We aren't inspired. So what I'm gonna just try to do is what the universe is trying to do is keep us inspired, keep us creating, keep us moving forward creatively. And so let's take a lesson from the universe. I love you guys, and I will definitely be on here tomorrow. I'll see you. Bye.